Genshin Impact's new game mode, Miliastra Wonderland, has been out for almost a full update now, but I just recently reached Wonderland level 10, so that means I can now finally level up my Manekin, or Manekins, since there are two of them. But yeah, in today's video, I'm gonna try out the Manekin and see what they can actually do outside of Miliastra Wonderland in the main game. Okay, there she is. My Manekina is currently wearing this cute Roman dress that I just recently got from the gacha. I still don't like that part of the gacha is completely paid, but there are some pretty cute outfits. This one is a 3-star one, so not one of the paid ones. But yeah, let's just go to the character screen now. And as you can see, currently the background here is green because she is Dendro. The Manekin, of course, can be any element that the traveler can be, but it's also bound to the traveler. So that means to change the Manekin's element, you have to change the traveler's element. And my Lumine currently, where is she? Is Dendro as well, as you can see. So if I wanted to change my Manekin to Pyro, I would have to change Lumine to Pyro as well, for example. That's how it works. But yeah, as far as I know, from what I've seen so far on the internet of her, she doesn't really do much damage. So I feel like Dendro might actually be the best element for her, simply to use her as kind of a bloom bot or something like that, because she does infuse her normal attacks with her element. So potentially we could use her as like an on-field driver who applies Dendro and generates some blooms, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, first of course we have to level her up. She's level 20 as you can see, and to ascend her further than that, you need to reach level 10 in Miliastra Wonderland, which I reached yesterday. So now it's finally time to ascend and level up. And yeah, as far as I know, we don't need any materials for this. We can just go straight to level 90 without any farming. So that's pretty nice. Okay, there we go. And I think we can get to the level 100. Yeah, okay, so if you do have the Masterless Stella Fortuna, you can actually get them to level 100. So that is possible, even though the character is a bit special in how the ascensions work. At least this stuff works like with all the other characters. But as you can see, I don't have any Masterless Stella Fortuna. And we can also claim this, okay, just like with the normal characters. That's good. We get some free wishes here on the standard banner. But yeah, now that she is leveled up, let's go over the build. 1600 attack, okay, that's fine, I guess. Again, we are not really building her for damage, because her multipliers are not that great. But she does have a decent amount of elemental mastery, almost 300, and also some crit rate and crit damage. So I guess kind of a semi-DPS, the way I built her. Honestly, I wasn't really sure how to actually build her. Should I just go full EM? I went for a little bit of damage at least, and also some EM, kind of a balanced build. But yeah, we'll see how that works. The weapon I'm using for now is the Freedom Sword, simply because I had it and no one else was using it. So I was like, you know what, let's give that to her. I think I got that when actually, I don't really know what I was rolling for when I got this, but I definitely wasn't rolling for this, because I don't have Kazuha on this account. I only have him on my old. But yeah, this one should work pretty well on her. I mean, it gives her a bunch of elemental mastery, has decent base attack, and she can support the team a bit with this. Can increase attack and normal charge plunging attack damage for the entire team, so that's nice. And all she has to do for that is trigger some elemental reactions, which should be possible with her elemental infusion. Then as for the artifacts, I went with Deepwood for now, since she is Dendro, and I had some Deepwood artifacts lying around. I didn't really do any farming for it, just gave her what I had. So yeah, let's take a look at those. I went for a bit of crit and attack here, as you can see, some ER as well, with an ER Sense actually. Why did I actually give her an ER Sense? I actually gave her the artifacts a few weeks ago in preparation for this video. I don't remember why exactly I went for ER, but let's just roll with it. For now. You can still change it later, I guess. I mean, it has some pretty good substats, so not a bad sense. Dendro damage bonus goblet and a crit rate circlet. Constellation doesn't exist. They don't have any constellations, sadly. And the talents are all level 10. Yeah, they automatically level up with the ascension. So you get a triple crowned Anakin by default, which is pretty nice. But yeah, that's my Manekin. And now from what I understand, when you use her skill or burst, she actually changes outfits if you have several outfits set in Miliastra Wonderland. So let's test that out real quick. Oh yeah, there we go. That's one of my alternative outfits that I have for her. The normal attacks also look pretty cool. I like them. The animations are nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the other outfit. This is the one from the Battle Pass. I didn't buy the Battle Pass for the Miliastra Wonderland. It's just you get it for free when you buy the normal Battle Pass of the main game. But yeah, I refuse to actually spend money on Miliastra Wonderland directly as long as the event banner is completely paid. I don't really want to support that. I think it's really scummy of Hoyoverse. But oh well, let's just go and try her out now. But first, of course, we have to put her in a proper team. So let's see, what could we actually do here? I mean, I said we could use her as a Bloom character, so Nilou should be good here. And I guess if we use her as an on-field Dendro applicator, we don't need that much off-field Dendro. I mean, Lorma is also kind of a no-brainer in a Nilou team. And I guess for healing, just Kokomi. This is pretty much my usual Nilou Bloom team, just with Manekina instead of Lumine, and using her as the on-fielder instead of Kokomi. Should work, right? Let's just try it out. But yeah, for a Bloom team like this, I probably should have gone for a full EM build. But oh well. Let's just see if her Dendro application is even enough for this first. Hello Masanori, I've come to fight you once again. Let's see what her damage is like first before we do any reactions and stuff. Just the skill, okay, almost 6k there. The normal attacks, 3k. I mean, yeah, it's not a lot. Oh, that was actually 7k there. Okay. Almost 5k on the normal attacks. Yeah, you know what? It's not good. Let's be real. It's not a lot of damage. But it's also kinda okay for a character who's really just here to be customizable, look pretty, and not do much gameplay-wise. I mean, for the overworld, it could actually be enough if you, you know, make it like Pyro or Hydro and build her for Vape or Melt damage. You could probably get some pretty decent damage. But let's see what the burst does. Not much. 1500 there. Yeah, no, the burst is really... I don't know what to say. I was expecting more from the burst. It's doing less than the skill. Okay, that was kind of disappointing. But yeah, like I already said, she's not really here to do damage. But you know, with the skill, doing this and then the normal attacks, the infusion lasts for like 4 seconds, I think. Yeah, and then we can immediately skill again, because she has 2 charges on her skill. Yeah, I mean, that should be more than enough Dendro application for a Bloom team. So, if we just use Nilou now here, just do this, and then this, and now we just Bloom. Yeah, and we're actually doing decent damage now here, with just Nilou's help. Though, to be fair, my Nilou is C6. Though for Bloom teams, only C2 really matters. Let's just go back in and use the full team now. Okay, here we go. Let's do this and this. Lorma's burst. Then Nilou skill. And now we just apply Dendro with her. Use the burst as well. Why not? Oh, that was now 21k damage on the burst. Okay, that was a lot better than before. But yeah, this is going pretty well actually. And actually I thought we were already on the second HP bar there, but turns out we are now on the second, and now the battle is over. Okay, so didn't really quite get rid of his first HP bar in the first rotation, which is interesting because just Kokomi, Nilou and Lorma, even without Manekina, should be more than enough to deplete his first HP bar within the first rotation. Don't know what exactly happened there. Let's just try it again. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we are already through the first HP bar now. Immediately, basically. So I don't know what happened in the first battle. Okay, yeah, 1.5 HP bars in like 10 seconds. That's more like it. And he's dead before we even get back to using Manekina. Yeah, I mean, it works. It definitely works. If you want to use her, then a Bloom team definitely works for her. And you know what? Let's actually see if she works here as the sole Dendro applicator. If we have 3 Hydro and just her as the only Dendro. I don't know who else we could use here. I mean, maybe Furina, try to buff her damage. Or Yelan, we could do. Or just go with Aino, I guess, for some EM buffs. Yeah, something like this. With her as the only Dendro. Is that still gonna be enough? Are we gonna get enough blooms? Let's find out. This is also, of course, a more free-to-play friendly team since everyone has Ino. But yeah, let's just do this, and this, and this. Ow. And I mean, we're getting some blooms here. But yes, definitely a lot less than with Lorma. That was to be expected, but we're still doing okay-ish damage. It's not the worst ever. Let's do this again. Oh, almost. Okay. In 2 rotations, we were basically able to kill him or almost kill him. So yeah, even with her, the soul damage applicator, but of course it is worse than when we had Lorma. It still kinda works. It still kinda does, so she's definitely usable in a team like this. But yeah, this is probably gonna be how I use her most of the time on this account, since like I said in the beginning, my Lumine is also Dendro here. I just use Dendro Lumine all the time and don't really ever switch it to other elements. So my Mannequin, because of that, is also locked into Dendro kinda. But I am actually gonna change to Pyro now, I think. Just once, I wanna see how well she actually works as a Vape DPS or Melt DPS. So yeah, let's try that. But first we have to go to a statue with Lumine. Oh wait, I forgot, we have to go to the right nation, of course. This is an Electro statue. It's been so long since I switched elements with Lumine. Because there's just usually never a need to. Anyway, resonate with Pyro now. There we go. And now Manekina should be Pyro as well. Where is she? There. Yeah, red background, she's Pyro. So, let's think about the team. One character that immediately comes to mind is of course Furina. And then if you use Jean to max out Furina's buff and also swirl the Pyro, you can also increase the damage through that. And then last but not least, I guess we could just go with Lali here for some Pyro Res Shred and maybe potentially some melts. So it's gonna be like Vape or Melt depending on who applies the element currently. Is it Furina or Lali? But yeah, something like that should work, right? Let's just go with this for now. Oh, I accidentally kept Lumine there instead of switching to Manekina. There we go. Okay, so here we are again at Master Nori, but before I go in, I gotta show you the build again, because I switched her artifacts now that she's Pyro, and yeah, now she has over 2000 attack, still around the same elemental mastery, and 71 to 109 crit. No energy recharge because I went for an attack sense this time. The weapon is still the same, still the Freedom Zone, and I went for 4-piece Crimson Witch since I had some pieces lying around. So yeah, we have some crit rate and attack NTM here, some crit rate crit damage, and of course an attack sense, a pyro damage bonus goblet, and a crit rate circlet. So this is the new build. Let's see what she can do now as a Vape and Melt DPS. Okay, so first of all, let's just see now with this new artifact set. Yeah, her damage is still not really great. But yeah, I guess we're just gonna use all this stuff now. Furina and Jean. I'm not gonna use Furina's pets because I really just wanna see Manekina's damage here. Okay, that was 39k there, I think. Not bad actually on the burst. But surely we can get some more, right? That can't be all. Oh, 25k there on the skill. Yeah, okay. Now we are getting somewhere. It's still, of course, not great, but it's definitely more than what we saw before. Okay, first some pyro application here. Put up the shield. And oh, we actually don't have Arena Burst. 40k on the skill now. It's just getting more and more. Okay, actually pretty good, and we already threw the first HP bar, so I guess 90% of the damage is probably from Furina's pets. Let's do this again. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Let's get Lali's burst back, and now we have all the bursts, but he's already almost dead, so let's just save it for next round. 31k there on the skill, and then I think I saw 14k on the normal attack. Yeah, the damage is actually okay for the overworld. Of course, in endgame, that really wouldn't be enough, not even close, but you can't even use her in the endgame anyway. In Abyss and Imaginarium Theater and Stygian Onslaught, can't even use her there, so she doesn't really need to be strong enough for that, she just needs to be strong enough for the overworld. And I think she kinda is, you know, after seeing this. But can we get like over 50k maybe on the burst? That might be possible. Let's see. Okay, got all the buffs. There we go. And 40k again. Come on, 50k should be possible, right? And he's dead already. I mean, we are getting through it pretty fast. Thanks to Farina and her pets, I guess. But, you know, Manekina is also contributing something to the damage. Kinda. Okay, one more time. Let's do this. And I'm not gonna use Farina's pets again. Because they just interfere with reactions and stuff and do a lot of damage. But I wanna see Manekina's damage. Oh, was that 130k? Wait a minute. Did I see that right? 130k? Wait, that's actually not bad. That's actually really not bad. And yeah, we got through his first HP bar with this really quick, even without Freena's pets, but then he got locked in his animations again and took a while to activate the second HP bar. Otherwise, he probably would already be halfway through the second HP bar. But yeah, I think that was 130k that I saw there on the burst. I'm actually kinda impressed, you know? Like, yes, compared to a character like Marwika, it's of course nothing. But for this character, this girl, who's not really supposed to do damage, over 100k, actually kinda impressive. More than I expected, definitely. The normal attacks are also doing okay-ish damage. Not great, but, you know, if it works, it works. I wanna see if I can replicate this, if I can get that much damage again. So, first apply Pyro again, then use Lali, Arena, Jean, some normal attacks. I think there was 50k on the skill, and he blocked. Come on, why are you blocking, Masanori? I hate you. I sometimes really hate you. And let's see, 16k and 39k. How did I get the 100k? Maybe I saw that wrong. Maybe it wasn't actually 100k. One more time. This and this and this, and then we... Okay, there was another 50k on the skill. And 40k on the burst again. Yeah, I must have seen that wrong. That probably wasn't 130k. It was probably just 13k. Oh well. Let's just finish him off now. Okay, yeah, so... Overall, she is actually a kind of fun character to play. I especially like her normal attacks. They feel kinda good. I like them. They are fast. They feel nice. They look nice. This is the kind of normal attacks that I like to use. But yeah, damage-wise, she's obviously not great. I mean, yeah, you all saw it. Even with the help of Farina and Sidlali, she struggled to even do over 50k damage. But, you know, for the overworld, she's definitely enough. You can just really tell that she was not designed to be used in normal gameplay. That she's really just intended for Miliastra Wonderland. And they just did the bare minimum so that you can run around with your own custom character in the overworld. Which I guess is fine, but on the other hand, a little bit disappointing. But oh well, that's just one more thing to be disappointed about when it comes to Miliastra Wonderland. I had such high hopes for that game mode, but yeah. The user-generated content actually is great, you know? The stuff that the players are making is already so good, and it's just gonna get better because we are still just at the beginning. People are still just starting to learn how to do things in Miliastra Wonderland. So yeah, there are great things coming in terms of the user-generated content, but the whole character customization and the gacha of Miliastra Wonderland is just a huge disappointment. Even though the outfits are really cute, like this dress for example, I love it. It looks so good. It's still overall way too restrictive, and it just annoys me that so many cool outfits are just only available via real money and not by playing the game. And I'm not just talking about the 5-star outfits, there are even some 4-star outfits that I'm pretty sure you can only get from the shop with paid currency. It's just such a shame. But oh well, this video is not about Miliastra Wonderland, it's about the mannequin in the overworld of Genshin Impact, of the main game. And yeah, she works. She does what she's intended to do, I guess, which is not doing a lot of damage. But she can apply her element pretty consistently. So yeah, definitely works in Bloom teams or Hyper Bloom teams. If you really want to play her, I would recommend that. And I guess if you have the characters to buff her, then she can do enough damage for the overworld at least. And endgame isn't even really a consideration here because, like I already said, you can't even use her there. But yeah, with that being said, we are already at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Genshin Impact and other gacha content. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.